when someone walked up and made you a proposition. The Plaza boss, the man who owns this territory, needs eyes everywhere, and now one of those eyes is yours. The job is simple. You sit, you watch the road. You say nothing to nobody. If a military truck rolls past, you send a message with the word bird in it. Bird means cops. If a black armoured SUV creeps through, the kind that doesn't belong to the government, you use the word snake. Snake means a rival cartel. You earn $100 a week, cash, no taxes, no boss standing over your shoulder. Nobody even talks to you, really. But you learn the system by watching it. The cops pass twice a day and give you a nod. They're already on the payroll. The real threat is the Marines, the ones you can't buy. One day you fall asleep at your post. That night someone visits you and explains very calmly that the desert is large and graves are shallow. You never fall asleep again, because at your level, you are the most replaceable person in the entire organization. Also known as the Courier. You proved yourself. You got promoted. Congratulations. Bad news. You're still completely disposable. They call it mule work for a reason. You carry product from one point to another, exactly like a pack animal. The methods vary. Sometimes you swallow the merchandise in latex-wrapped capsules and pray they don't rupture. Sometimes it's duct-taped to your torso. Sometimes it's hidden in the lining of a suitcase. If the checkpoint officer has been paid off, you might just walk across the border with a backpack and a casual wave. You carry between 1 and 5 kilos per run, small enough that if you get caught, the organization loses nothing it can't replace in an hour, including you. The cartel doesn't send a lawyer. They don't make a phone call. They find someone new. You are a transaction, not a person. Also known as the logistics runner. You're 18 now. You've done the courier routes so many times you've stopped flinching at checkpoints. One afternoon at a gas station, a man approaches and asks if you can drive. The next morning, you're behind the wheel of a white semi-truck. The trailer is full of watermelons. Underneath the watermelons is 500 kilograms of methamphetamine. Your route runs from Sinaloa to Tijuana. If you get caught, 20 years. If you make it, $3,000. Every time you check your mirrors, your stomach drops. But when you collect the cash at the end, more money than you've ever held in your life, something shifts inside you. You do it again and again. In a month, you've out-earned your father's entire year. But make no mistake, if you're arrested, no one comes. They just find a new driver, and the shipment keeps moving. Also known as the coordinator. You've earned trust. You no longer carry, you orchestrate. You manage the flow of product from production to safe house. Roads are just one option. You also work sea routes and air corridors. You recruit pilots, preferably ex-military or crop dusters. Crop dusters, it turns out, are ideal. They know how to fly below radar and land on rough, unlit terrain in the middle of nowhere. A single successful run might cost you $100,000 in pilot fees alone. But if he clips a radar array, the Mexican or Colombian Air Force may shoot him down mid-flight. Or he loses his nerve, landing on an unlit dirt strip hacked out of jungle at 3 in the morning and augers straight in. Either way, the cost of the plane, the fuel, the payload, and the pilot comes out of your account. You conduct the orchestra, but you still don't own the theatre. Also known as the collector. 2 clean years as an operator, no arrests, no missing shipments. You've earned something rare in this world, a reputation. They hand you a gun and a list of addresses. You collect taxes now. The taco stand on the corner, $500 a month. The pharmacy, $2,000. The nightclub, $10,000. This isn't negotiable. It was never negotiable. The business owners know it. You know it. Everyone knows it. If someone doesn't pay, you come back at night. You break things. Sometimes you break people. The following month, they pay double, and they don't look you in the eye when they do it. Your pockets are full. You buy a sports car. You buy your mother a house. She doesn't ask where the money comes from. She already knows the answer. But now you're a target. Rival cartels want you dead. The government wants you in a cell. You move through the world like a soldier waiting for orders that could get you killed, because they often do.
Also known as the lieutenant. You're 25. You run a crew of 10. The setup is straightforward. The cartel drops 100 kilos of cocaine on your doorstep every month. You distribute it down the chain, collect the money, send it up the chain, and keep your 10%. You also keep the peace, by force if necessary. A rival crew kills one of your lookouts. You don't wait for permission. You send 6 men with AKs to a bar and you make a statement. Civilians might be caught in it. It makes the news. But the governor is on retainer, so nothing comes of it. You have a girlfriend who thinks you work in construction. You have a house with a pool. You also have a migraine that never goes away. The people below you are reckless and unpredictable. The people above you are greedy and paranoid. You're trapped between them, terrified of being betrayed from one direction and scapegoated from the other. Police operations target your level specifically. You are high profile enough to be worth arresting, but not protected enough to avoid it. Also known as the commander. You control an entire city now. 5 cell leaders report to you. Your weekly meetings rotate between safe houses. You arrive and leave in armored vehicles with armed escorts. The gold-plated pistol on your hip has never been fired in the field. It's a symbol. You think strategically. You find your rivals' weak points and exploit them. You bribe the right officials and eliminate the ones who refuse. Occasionally, you send a message the old-fashioned way, something that hangs from a bridge. You earn $200,000 a month, but the walls are closing in. Narcotics units are listening to your phones. Every cartel in the country wants your territory, and the men you promoted are watching your chair, running their own quiet calculations. You trust no one, not even your brother. Also known as the puppeteer. You run an entire state. Every shipment, every assassination, every bribe passes through your approval. Monthly revenue, $20 million. But you are a ghost. No one outside the inner circle knows your face. You live behind 6-meter walls in a mountain compound with guard dogs and armed rotations around the clock. Your work is politics now. You sit across from generals and governors. You give them a choice: accept the briefcase or accept the consequences. Most choose the briefcase. The ones who don't find their secrets posted online, their careers evaporating overnight. You haven't attended your daughter's wedding. You haven't visited your mother's grave. Paranoia has replaced every other feeling you once had. The money is infinite. The freedom is zero. Also known as the Baron. You are at the top. Maybe you inherited it. Maybe you clawed your way here over a decade of blood. Either way, operations in 15 countries, politicians in 6 states, and a net worth north of $3 billion. The United States has put a $10 million bounty on your head. You change safe houses every 3 days. Your own children don't recognize you. Cosmetic surgery saw to that. You sit across from other cartel leaders and divide Mexico like a pie. The peace agreements last months, sometimes weeks. Then someone gets greedy. War erupts. Hundreds die. You cannot retire. You cannot resign. This is not that kind of job. You are the most powerful man in the Western Hemisphere and the most hunted. Also known as the whole. They got you. A raid, a betrayal, an informant. The details almost don't matter. You're now in ADX. Florence, Colorado. 23 hours a day in solitary. Concrete walls, steel doors, guards who cannot be bought. No windows. You will die here. The cell next to yours holds El Chapo. He had billions, an empire, tunnels built specifically to free him from other prisons. None of it matters here. They still want things from you, of course, intelligence on your network. They put pressure on you. They threaten. They place provocateurs in adjacent cells. The games don't stop just because you're inside, but you give them nothing. Not because you expect mercy, you gave up on that a long time ago, but because the code is the only thing you have left. You wait for the day you die with some shred of dignity intact. Also known as the predecessor. In the end, you become either a legend or a warning, sometimes both. While you rot in your cell, your replacement has already been chosen. A nephew, maybe. A son. A lieutenant who waited years for this moment. The succession wars are brutal and brief. People die. But the organization doesn't. The drugs keep moving, the money keeps turning, the bodies keep stacking up. And somewhere in Mexico, outside a convenience store, a 15-year-old kid is sitting in a plastic chair with a phone in one hand and a soda in the other. He's watching the road. He just got his first job offer. That's it for this video. If you made it this far, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you.